This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan. With your host, Bradley Summers. And get the latest from Alpena Community College with ACC President Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Bradley Summers, and this morning our first guest is Melissa Burns from Friends Together. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning, Brad. How are you today?
Good. So thank you for being here today. So I understand you're the new executive director of the Friends Together.
That's right. I am, in case you haven't heard.
I know. It's out in the community a lot, and I just want to take the opportunity to just say congratulations. I know this is it's an organization that was started on some very fundamental things in the community and with your family, and I think it's really awesome to see you stepping up to become the new director and carry on the legacy of what the Friends Together has meant to our community and to everybody that's been involved. So thank you.
Thank you. It's been really great. Everything's going smooth. I'm enjoying it. Jumped right back in. Just loving the job.
Yeah. Well, and this community really celebrates obviously the services and everything that you provide. And that's why you're here today, is to talk about those wonderful things. The first thing, let's talk about the muzzleloader hunt that's coming up in December, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So this year, for the second year, we are having a raffle for a muzzleloader hunt. And it's pretty cool because it's a 2-day all-inclusive hunt. So the winner gets to bring a guest of their choice. Meals are included, there might be some beverages included, and you are allowed to shoot a deer. If you don't, the host will shoot one. So you're going home with the deer no matter what. So it's super cool. The person that won the hunt last year just had a ball. So tickets are $10. We will be selling them through Friends Together. And we have some sites set up around town. But if you want a ticket, call Friends Together. And if hunting isn't your thing, we have 2 other prizes. One is a handmade quilt, and one is $250 in cash. And who doesn't love cash, right?
That's right. Oh, this is really awesome too. So it's 3 dinners, 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and snacks provided for the person and their guests, like you said. And it's on a beautiful 613 private camp property in Presque Isle County.
That's right. It is private land, 600 plus acres of hunting land, and it's all for that person and their guest during that time.
Geez, I don't know if there's anybody in our region or the surrounding regions that would be interested in this.
I'd go just for the food.
Yeah, this looks fantastic. And what a great idea. And I've talked when Leslie's been on the show too. You all have done you do such a great job in the community coming up with out of the box fundraisers and resource development ideas to help your organization and the people that you help each day. I know that for an opportunity like this, you're not just taking the money, putting it into a bank. I know that's going into helping with, you were saying, $9,000 a month in travel vouchers that you're providing currently?
Yeah, that's correct. One of our biggest costs at Friends Together is the travel assistance that we provide to the folks we serve. So every day we're giving cancer patients and their families gas cards, or we're transporting them in our own vans. And on top of that, we offer hotel rooms for those that have to travel outside of the Alpena area for critical cancer care. So that's one of our biggest costs at Friends Together. So these types of fundraisers really help us provide those services directly to the to the patients and their families.
Yeah, because that's such what an amazing resource too for individuals that are going through something that they need that support. And I'm sure that trip down to Ann Arbor is an opportunity for them to talk to whoever's driving too, because as you are and as your team is, I'm sure everybody is extraordinarily friendly and compassionate.
Oh, absolutely. Our drivers are great. Many of them have their own cancer experiences. So, they just want to make sure our folks get there safe and get back home safe.
And with that too, you have some new programs that are being offered this fall, correct?
Yeah, that's right. This fall we have just a ton of new stuff going on at Friends Together. We are doing a new programming session. It's called Living Sensibly with Friends. It's going to be every Tuesday, and the programming is designed to promote healing through using your 5 senses. So we will have art, journaling, some food demonstrations, with Tracy Boyle, yoga and sound bath.
Cool.
You know she's so great at that. So that's going to be coming in the fall. So look at our Facebook page for more information on that. Also, we are expanding some of our programming. So right now, Friends Together covers 6 counties in Northeast Michigan, and our transportation and lodging services are available to all counties, but we don't have programming in every county. So this fall, we will be making a presence in every single one of the 6 counties. So we're expanding out, meeting people where they're at, because as much as I know, transportation's a major barrier to accessing basic care or needs. So we want to get closer to those folks. They're already dealing with enough. We don't want them to have to travel all the way to Alpena for programming. So we're going to be getting into all 6 of the counties this fall.
Awesome. And I knew that you were in Rogers City, Presqu'Île,
Tawas. Yep. So we will be now going into Montmorency, Elkona, and Escoda counties.
Awesome. And those are, especially like some of the individuals that live in Elkona, they're very rural. And, living way out on the back roads somewhere, especially during the wintertime, people need that support. And
that's right.
It's pretty incredible that you're able to do those kind of things. But you're not able to do it without doing things like this.
That's right.
That's right. There is an intentionality with seeing nonprofits in the community on the news and on newspaper and things, because people need to see the relevance and need to know that these things are going on, and the transparency that nonprofits have, like yourself, only helps proliferate the message and get those wonderful resources out to the people that need them.
That's right. Yeah, it's important for the donors to know what their money is going toward, and this is how we do it, through fundraising, through grant writing, and our fundraising coordinator right now, Shelley Gibbs, she works really hard at these fundraisers to keep our doors open and take care of the folks we serve.
Well, in just a little bit of time that we have left, I know that you're hiring for a part-time resource development person, correct?
That's right. So this job has just been posted. We're looking for a part-time person to help with our fundraising, all of our fund development. Just because we're so busy at the office right now, we're just slammed, let me tell you. So we're looking for a part-time person. We're real flexible around Friends Together, and we really recognize the importance of home and work balance. So we're just looking for that perfect fit that can be an asset to Friends Together and be a part of this mission in serving our community.
Well, I hope you get some really great people that apply for the job. And Melissa, thank you so much for being here today. It's always amazing how fast these segments go. But I really look forward to more conversations with you in the community and having you on the show in the future.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you. And stay tuned after the break for Annie Hepburn with the Alpena Senior Center. Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is Annie Hepburn with the Alpena Senior Center. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Well, Annie and I are friends, and we always have some fun banter before the taping begins. So, anyway, we absolutely love what we get to do in the community. I work with the kids You work with the seniors. And we've been neighbors for many moons, and you know, it's just an incredible opportunity to grow professionally with you and see all the wonderful things that you're bringing to your organization. And I know with that being said, I know you had 2 really wonderful fundraisers that just concluded. Give a little update on the rummage sale and the deer blind.
So yes, we have been increasing our fundraising efforts in the community as well, for a couple reasons. Because some of our programming has stopped recently because we only get so much funding, and as a nonprofit, you're aware of that. So we had to stop our transportation program, and we will restart that in January. But with the cost of food and the increased need of seniors signing up for Meals on Wheels, it's very imperative that we continue to fundraise. So we actually, before COVID, we're going to do this idea, but then COVID happened, so we didn't. But we had Lil Johnson's brothers built us a deer blind, and all the materials and everything was donated. So we went around for about a month selling tickets, and we brought in about $11,000, which was phenomenal for us.
That's incredible.
And then we recently, this last weekend, had a rummage sale, which we brought in about $4,000. All of those funds are just going to go right back into our meal program because, yes, we get state and federal funds and we get donations and all that, but food costs are astronomical.
Yeah.
And so any dollar helps, and that's what I say. And so we're looking at different ways to fundraise for our seniors here in Alpena County.
Well, and it's not just the food costs, it's the transportation costs that are increasing as well. I mean, you know, from just talking with Melissa on the first segment, you know, those transportation needs are so dire in our area because we have such a huge geographical location. And, you know, all these funds are going right to helping these programs.
Exactly, yep, and we don't charge for our programs, and the meals are a suggested donation of $3.50. So, you know, every dollar matters in all of our programming so that we don't have to charge our seniors.
Yeah. Well, and just to put it into context, how many meals are you serving each month?
So we do about over 5,000 each month. So this year we've seen an increase of our meals overall, and it'll be over 72,000 meals this year that we've provided.
Wow, and you're delivering these meals?
Most of them. You know, some of that includes the congregate counts, but we deliver about 180 a day.
Wow.
To seniors here in Alpena County.
Oh, that's incredible.
We have the most clients on Meals on Wheels right now than we've ever had, and I will be there coming on 7 years.
Wow, and I'll tell you, and I know, you know, from previous conversations and past conversations we've had was, it's not only just delivering the meals to these individuals, it's almost like a check-in as well, and giving them kind of an outlet maybe each day or a few days a week or whatever their deliveries are, you know, just to have someone say hi.
Exactly. There's many of our seniors that don't have family close by, and they do rely on us. And, you know, if they don't answer the door, we're doing a call. If they're not answering, we're probably sending somebody there, like the police, to do a wellness check. And it's, you know, we just want to make sure they're safe and they're not laying on the ground. And we have found people laying on the ground. We've also found people deceased. So it's, you know, our drivers have such compassion, and the seniors love seeing them. I always laugh because I will fill in for Meals on Wheels routes, and they'll be like, when's my driver coming back? And it's not that, you know, they just have that connection, which is phenomenal. That's awesome that our drivers are just that compassionate to their people that they deliver to every day.
It does take a kind heart to do a lot of the work that you do, for sure.
Yes.
You know, and we also wanted to talk before the segment ends today about the dementia program.
Yeah, so as we know, dementia is hard to talk about. People don't even want to talk about it. But this month we are actually doing a dementia campaign. So our goal is that we're doing a fundraiser online, so people can go to our website, www.alpenaseniors.com, and there's a donate to the dementia campaign. And our goal with that is just to be able to increase our resources and our programming for those caring for or dealing with or the person with dementia, giving them help, the resources and the support they need, because they get a diagnosis, but then what do we do? And a lot of people fear if they get that diagnosis that, you know, they can't live, but there is so much quality of life left, and you can live with dementia and Alzheimer's. And we've partnered with Art in the Loft over the past couple years of doing some art programs and cooking programs. And we've even partnered with Besser Senior Living in Turning Brook, where they go there to do the program with those dealing with a dementia or cognitive issue, which is amazing because Melissa was talking about their program with 5 Senses, but that's what we focus on. So BJ and I are trained with the Alzheimer's Association to do support groups as facilitators, and we do those twice a month. We have a REACH program. We have, like I said, resources and just a listening ear, because that's really what they need.
And it's what it does to the family is very difficult. That support that, when you've got an elderly person trying to take care of another elderly person with dementia and not seeking the help that is out there and is difficult. And it's tough to see two 90-year-olds that are living together and an individual who is inflicted with dementia and the other person who is very stressed out trying to be the caretaker.
Yes.
And there are a lot of resources in this community that can help. And I know at these support groups and what you're doing points people in the right direction. And I think that's so vital.
Right, and there's paperwork that people need to have in place, which, many seniors don't want to talk about what's going to happen, but we really need to talk about what's going to happen. They also say dementia is the long goodbye. Again, you can have a quality of life, but people can live up to 20 years with dementia. And they are the person changing, and they can't control it, but we as caregivers and people who help need to change with them. And we have to change more because they can't help it. So we have to understand and try to understand their feelings, their emotions, why is things happening.
Well, and it's just that too, and people in the community maybe that don't have a relative or have someone that they're close to that's inflicted with dementia, how people at like the grocery store, should be handling situations where someone just needs help. It's amazing if someone just asks the question, can I help you? Or do you need something? Or can I assist you? And how far a question like that can go to helping another human being.
They might not even know how to respond. So then that would be a flag that something's cognitively not correct there.
Well,
so there's so many things that we want to do in our community to help improve that life for those inflicted and caring for. So they're two dual and they're so important.
You and BJ are doing a wonderful job.
Thanks. We have a strong passion for dementia, and all of our seniors, they just mean the world to us, all of our team.
Well, my friend, that's the end of our segment. It goes by so quick.
I know.
I say it every time. But
Thank you.
But thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to the next time we get to talk.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us as we continue to talk about the wonderful things going on in our community revolving around nonprofits. Stay tuned after the break for the ACC segment.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College. I'd like to share some thoughts on this beautiful Friday morning about things that have gone on at the college this week. And we'll start with a philosophy that was shared with me by my predecessors and friends, Dr. Don Newport and Dr. Olin Joynton, the two presidents before me at ACC. And both of them had a view that I agree with 100%, that the middle name of Alpena Community College, community, is a significant and important goal. And it's something we should never forget. And the schools, many schools, during this challenging enrollment environment, really over the last 15 or 20 years in many parts of Michigan, including Northeast Michigan, have kind of run away from the community part of their name because they felt it was a better brand for them to drop that. So some of the schools that have done that over the years, Bay College up in Escanaba, Jackson College down in Jackson, these are leaders who felt that the community part kind of had a pejorative or a diminishing perception among people compared to colleges and universities, four-year schools. I can see that logic, but I don't agree with it. And I think community is kind of the North Star of what we should be doing, in addition to all the things that we do for students to try and get them toward success in their goals, to graduation, to transfer, to employment, all of those things. The community part is a little bit more broad. And this week we had quite a bit of community stuff we did. And I'd like to share those with you. So one of the things we did last weekend I was delighted with. It took a lot of work really on our part and on the organization's part. We hosted at ACC the Michigan Alliance of Environmental Educators. So this is a statewide group. They meet annually, usually downstate, larger areas, and they're folks that teach science or are part of an NGO or environmental groups that that's their concern, that's their focus. And it's a wonderful group, very passionate, and they chose Alpena to host this year's conference. So there's a lot of beauty in Alpena, and there's a lot of assets. There's a lot of things that are directly involved with environmental education. And they were able to see that. They came, their first part of the group came on Thursday evening, and they were on campus through Sunday, probably 100 or more, and we were delighted to have them. And I happened to be out of town at a president's conference at Macomb Community College on Thursday and Friday. So due to the wonders of technology and WebEx, I was able to interact with the group. They were in Grantham Theater. I was in the suburbs of Detroit in a classroom, and I was able to greet them. And it was, it was 2023, and it was neat. I think they had a good time. I think they enjoyed the campus, and the feedback I heard was very positive. I do want to give a shout out to anytime we do something like this, it creates more work and more tension, more stress on our facilities people, people who manage our audio-visual, people who manage the rooms, and we're staffed to serve the students that we have, so when additional community things come in, that's more strain on the system. But tension, I think, in a lot of ways is good for an organization, and it creates a bit of a striving energy and devotion to delivering something that the community can be proud of, and that places the college in kind of an integral position. And so thank you to all those folks. We had Representative Cam Cavett, our state rep, on campus on Monday. He was talking about things that are going on in Lansing, and there's a lot of it. And then there's a lot of indecision, a lot of things up in the air. That's not uncommon. Certainly the UAW strike and things going on in that world have created quite a bit of uncertainty in Lansing, but it was good to hear from him what's going on. We had a couple of students who are line worker students who participated in the Harson's Island of Revenge filming. They had a wonderful story to tell about being extras in that film when it was filming in Alpena. And I want to thank our Student Services Director, Nancy Saya, and Cindy DeRocher, our Director of Housing, for orchestrating that. They reported out at our most recent board meeting about the experience, and it struck me, they had a hilarious story to tell. But the part that came at the end was one of the students reflected that, they came to Alpena for ACC, for the line workers program. It was going great. They were looking forward to getting a job, and it was everything that they had hoped for, and they were delighted with that. But the thing that they said was they never dreamed that when they came here, they would be in a movie. And it just made their experience more special. And this is the impact, the positive impact of doing work that's kind of outside the classroom, that benefits students in a way that, it's unpredictable. That when these opportunities arise, it can be controlled as whether you say yes to them. And I think these students benefited from that opportunity. And so next week we have more of it. We have 25 Blockmaker students who are coming from around the country. They'll be in all week. And this is a reflection of our decades-long partnership with Besser Company and the concrete masonry industry. It's been a stalwart for ACC for 6 decades. So we'll continue to do that, and we appreciate your support, and we appreciate your support for Alpena Community College. Thank you, and we'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts Bradley Summers and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at WBKB11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production. All rights reserved.